Just got to finish up setting up some analytics here. JD, hey, how's it going? Leisure, you're here. How you doing? How was work today, JD?
Loans, services, and the trusted advice that doers need.
Finish that,
It's what
setting
we do.
everything up here. Rob, hey Rob, how you doing? Okay, I think I got everything set up. Yeah, so yesterday, missed appointment. It was a no call, no show. So it was a bigger job. Can't remember what it was. Oh, brakes and an inspection. So I just we texted him, and he didn't text us till later in the day, and he asked if he could bring it in later that day, and I said he could, but he never brought it. No call, no show. So I kind of had the day off yesterday, and I worked on that deal to turn the shore power on and off to charge the batteries and switch the battery or the motorhome over to shore power. So that's what I did. And I got it almost all ready. All I got to do is put the power cord on it and then finish testing it and put it in a box. But where is it? That's not it. This is the little board I built, and that's a Arduino Nano. It's got a 5-volt voltage regulator, an N channel to turn on the relay, and then I wrote all the code for it, and it's all working. I just got to get it in there and then make sure it works, because I'm only bench testing it on my power supply. Hey Michelle, glad you could make it. Did you go over to the liquor store yet, or did they close? And then here's the little Arduino sketch I coded up yesterday. So it uses excuse me, uses the analog in to read the voltage. Then there's a digital pin that turns the relay on and off. Those are the calculated voltages, because I got to turn it all down to 5 volts. The the little Nano can read 1024 numbers, and then I divide that by 5. And then I had to put a Boolean in there for system on, and then an if else. But yeah, I got it all working. And then here's kind of a thing I drew up of what our system looks like in the motorhome, because Michelle always has questions of what powers what. I got it all in my head. Looks like I got one more fly to kill. So we got the couple solar panels there, and then everything in the RV runs on 12 volts or the inverters 120 volts or shore powered 120 volts. So I kind of drew it all up for Michelle, and then I'll print this off for her. So JD, I don't know if you're still there, but I got your new picks on here. Maybe you could tell us about it, because I didn't have time to ask you about them on the text message, but I put them on a little slideshow for you. Looks like a car show going on there. Some kind of lighthouse. Yeah, JD just texted me before I started. So I was kind of scrambling to get these pictures on there. Oh, the schematic, yeah. I'm still not done with it. That's pretty rough. Pretty rough schematic. I just did the best I could in the short amount of time I had. Today, well, I won't start on today yet. Yeah, why don't you tell us about these pictures you just sent me, JD? Oh, it looks like something is lagging behind here really bad. There it's switching over. Switched over to put the internet box at my house, and then I beam it over to the shop. So we're on that for right now, and I'm getting good test speeds. So hopefully that works. And then Michelle's got her home internet box. She's gonna put it in the motorhome, and then when we go on our vacation, we'll be able to view our security cameras, and we're gonna put a little nanny cam in the RV to watch Daisy. But yeah, JD's, and that's a local lighthouse about 10 minutes away from him. He's in Nova Scotia, Canada. So it's way out on the he's way out on the East Coast. Yeah, it looks like some beautiful scenery. I wonder if there's any shipwrecks in there that we could dive down in there and salvage. What about this one with the cars? Is that a car show? Yeah, so I kind of had an easy day yesterday. Kind of took the day off. Worked on that. I don't know what to call it, but it just switches. So when the batteries get below 11 and a half, it will switch to shore power, and the transfer switch on the inverter will activate. Then the RV gets powered by shore power, and then there's a little battery on board, a battery charger, so that kicks on and charges the batteries. And it'll charge them up to 13 and a half. And then once they equal 13 and a half, it shuts the shore power off. The transfer switch then transfers inverter power to the RV. Well, that's a Duster, the green one. Yeah, that's like Michelle's. Let me find her uncle's car. That's a pretty cool car. Yeah, it's the same color as this car. The RV is amphibious. No, I don't think it can float in the water. Maybe that's what we should do, Michelle, is make the RV into the boat. We can put some pontoons on the side. Then she could have the best of both worlds, the RV and a boat. All right, let me go back. So yeah, we went to lunch today in Spring Valley. It's called Spring Valley Ag Days. We got free lunch at the bank. It's kind of a weird name. The bank is Alaris. But they just had some hot dogs, chips, water, and cookies. So we went there for lunch. The Riley's guy told me about it. So we went there, and then on the way back from lunch, I'm like, I seen this on the side of the road, so we didn't stop when we're on our way back, but then when I went out on the test drive on that GMC Terrain, because I had to warm it up, check the transmission fluid level, I had stopped and picked it up. Houseboat. Yeah, that's what Michelle wants, a big boat. They have cars actually drive on land and can just drive into the water. Yep. Oh, we've been hanging in there, Rob. We're just always been concerned about you and thinking about you a lot lately. So we're just wondering how you were doing. Sorry, life kind of bit crazy for a few days, getting back to normal. Well, that's good to hear. So yeah, I found or went and got that strap when I was doing the GMC Terrain, and I had to do the transmission drain and fills 4 times, but I think I got it. That's what it started out as, just black as motor oil. And at the end, nice and red. It was 2 quarts low when it came in. So that's really weird because I didn't see it leaking anywhere. And it's the Napa Deliveries guy vehicle, his personal vehicle. And instead of putting that whole control arm on, I'm like, why are we changing this? And he's like, the ball joint boot was ripped. So I'm like, well, let's just put a ball joint in it. This will be a little bit cheaper. So he agreed to that. He thought it was a rear wheel bearing, but it turned out, I drive it and I think it's on the front right. And it turns out the wheel bearing was bad on the front right. So he had gotten me a rear one. So I called him up and then he brought me the front one. And when I went on my final test drive, it was fixed. So he was happy about that. And I did tell him that I think the other side in the front's going to go bad really soon. About this, Rob says, about to start pasta sauce here soon. Well, that's cool. I was just telling Michelle, I think it's time to make a big batch of spaghetti. But she says she loves spaghetti, but she won't eat leftover spaghetti for some reason. I don't know why. But I'll keep the noodles separated and the meat sauce separated, and I can live off that stuff for a couple weeks. I make a big pot of it. Yeah, that's leisure. That's why I don't want to go down there, because of the hurricanes. So I was like, how about the East Coast somewhere? I want to live on a houseboat in Florida and dinghy to the land and bartend for work and dinghy back to my boat. Well, I'm just kind of wondering, like, if you're dinghying back to your boat at 2:00 in the morning, you might not make it. Yeah, leftover spaghetti is the best. When I cook a batch of that before I met Michelle, I live off that for 2 weeks. Yeah, I think as long as you keep your noodles separate and your meat sauce separate, keep it in the fridge, I never had any problems. I think Michelle, we should get a big batch of spaghetti going. Now that Rob's making meat sauce, it kind of just, it's what do you call that? We should do it. Rob says, cold, throw it on some French bread and toast. That's a shop kind of meal. Yeah. Yeah, garlic toast. Oh man, I want it right now. Let's see. So then, I did the GMC Terrain today. I got 3 of them tomorrow. So this old Chevy here, something with the water pump, and then I noticed when I drove it in that the brake pedal just fades right to the floor. So it's going to get a new master cylinder. Then the car behind me, I haven't checked it out yet, but it's something with the heater blower. It sounds like the squirrel cage broke off the motor, and the motor just spins. JD says, we are having baked beans and brown bread this weekend. Yum, yum. I don't know what brown bread is. So another story I got, had to get some more brake cleaner. And the stuff I normally get, he gave me a good deal on, but he brought me some of this stuff. And this is a lot cheaper. This is like $3.25 a can. So I tried it out today, and it's almost exactly the same as the Penray. So I think I'm going to order a few cases of this too. And then when he told me about the rep came in just yesterday. So then when he came in, he also said he had some of this tape. I don't think I took a picture of it, but this is the real stuff, like the Tessa tape, you know. But the Tessa tape is really like a cloth, and this stuff here is more of a fabric, you know, like they normally use, like the Fords use. So I got a bunch of the Tessa tape, and I kind of like that. But this is the stuff I've been looking for that you just can't get. I won't be able to show you, but I can't wait to try it. So it's a wire loom tape. I asked him if it's rodent repellent, and he said no. I asked him if he could give me some rodent repellent stuff, and he said no. But it's about $4 and something a roll. So I got that. I ordered some brake cleaner off Amazon. Do not get this stuff. It just comes out as I guess I'll have to show you, but it doesn't like spray out. You have to spray and spray and spray to get it to like run off the rotor and stuff. And it was fairly cheap, and these cans are bigger cans is what it says, but they feel like the same weight as the other cans I use. Wheat bread. Brown bread is wheat bread. I like wheat bread. Never used to, but Dad got me onto it. Someone's going to have gas this week in Leisure, says. LOL. Beans, musical fruit. I'm not sure about that one. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So JD's brown bread is made with molasses. Yeah, that sounds good. So the other day, we are down to like 2 TPMS sensors left. So I'm like, it's time to get some, and I want to get a deal on them. So a brick of them, it's like this. I think the cheapest I could find was just over $400. Now there's 20 sensors in there. So I just kept looking and kept looking. Finally, I was on a Parts Tech, and I went way down to the bottom, and Napa had the brick of sensors and the tool for just over $300. So they honored it and sent it to me, so that was really great. I haven't even opened the tool yet. Kind of excited to see what it can do. So we got a whole brick of sensors and the tool for less than $100 less than what I could just get a brick of sensors for. Yeah, so you gotta look for the deals. The tool and the sensors. Yeah, so that's way cheaper than what we sell them for, so we'll make a little money. We got a free tool. And we're stocked up on sensors now. We're stocked up on brake cleaner. We're stocked up on sensors. Oh, I got to use the wheel bearing puller today. Yeah, where is that? Looks like I lost the picture. Someone just pulled up. Well, I better go out there and see. Right here, I just got to use this tool today. Again, so it's the second time I used it, and it worked really good. Pulled the wheel right out of that older. They put the keys in the lockbox. I can hear them. GMC Terrain, 2015. Yeah, the customer just delivered the car. I got to do first thing in the morning. They want all the fluid flushes done. It needs all of them: transmission, PTU, rear differential. So it needs those fluid flushes, and it needs the belts. And there might be something else. I can't remember. I'll have to look at its invoice. I'll just look at it right now. So it's a 2017 Ford Escape. Needs the belt. I got belts on here. Maybe there's two. Transmission service, differential service, PTU service. Oh, brake fluid. Needs the brake fluid exchange too. He wants it all done. I'm just a little afraid of those Escapes. They got bad transmissions. Well, we're doing good on invoices. I guess we're one behind. We're at 39 invoices for the month. But yesterday, that's why. Yesterday, it was a no-show, and he still hasn't brought it here, even though he said he was gonna. He asked if he could bring it later on in the evening, and, like at 5 o'clock. I said, yeah, bring it. I'll work it in. But it must not be good enough. Rob says, I was just able to get the Quinn Master half set on the parking lot sale. Happy to fill those for $100. Hopefully that's the last fly. Yeah, so I had the doors mostly closed, well, for this afternoon. Air conditioning's on. It's upper 70s, lower 80s. It's supposed to rain and hail tonight. Can't remember the point I was getting at here, but I gotta turn this there, and now I can see what's going on. It's a drop off for tomorrow. Yeah, I could have used that wheel bearing tool today. Had a 2017 Jeep Cherokee that had a really noisy left rear wheel bearing. Since the knuckle was aluminum, the wheel bearing was stuck. Yeah, this one was really stuck in there. But that tool, and on the GMC Terrain, the caliper ears are huge. So I pushed on both of them, and then on the other side, there's just a little dimple you can push on. And it because I tried hammering on it before I took it out, and I'm like, yep, this is going to work good or be a good test for the tool. All corroded. It took me like a half an hour to clean the corrosion out of the knuckle. But anyways, that tool took it out of there like nothing. So you can get them cheaper on eBay, but I got mine on Amazon just because it could get here faster. Amazon gets stuff here in 1 to 2 days. I don't know, Rob, what's the Quinn Master half set? And I think you're talking about, is that Harbor Freight? And then JD says, had to use the air hammer to maul it to get it out. Yeah, before I had this tool, that's what I do. So I'd try to turn it, where the mounting flange is. I just put my air chisel on there and try to get that to turn, and I don't get that to go back and forth, and then hammer and hammer and hammer. I always wonder about the bulbs, but nowadays cars got LED bulbs. But in the old days, man, you hammer on cars with old bulbs and the filaments break out. Yeah, that tool, I'm so glad I bought it. I don't even think it's got a scratch on the paint yet. I figured that it must be powder coated really good. I think if I was going to buy one if I ever have to buy one again, I'm going to get the plain steel one that's not powder coated. A 10 through 32 millimeter, Rob says. The Tecton half full set, no skips. So it's a socket set or a wrench? Must be a socket set, 32 millimeters. And the SAE. How much was that set? Maybe I should try to pull it up. I'm going to just put the internet on and see if I can find it. Tecton. Oh, Quinn. Tecton half full set, 10 to 32 millimeters. Okay, so I think it's a half-inch drive. Do I have it on all messages? Let me check. No, I did not. Okay, let's take a look at it on the internet. So this is what I'm getting. Tecton 10 to 32 millimeters is a socket set. Half-inch, 6 point. Must be this one. Oh, there I go. Whoa. Now I'm not sure what to do. Still not sure what to do. Oh, Benny's here. So Benny says, my transmission was torn down, and the reason for the fourth gear not engaging was there was no race for the input shaft bearing. They forgot to put it in there? You gotta be kidding me. No, I got 2 more flies left here. Well, somebody needs to stand behind that. There, I could put it like this. Yeah, so it looks like my internet is holding in there. Oh, man. Oh, I think he's talking about Benny, yeah. Is this the set you're talking about, Rob? And there's a SAE set, so you got 2 sets? I'm having one of those Spreechers. Root beer. Oh, you guys can't see me. Tremec will be sending all the internal parts that have been ruined to the repair shop. Are they going to pay for it, Benny? Because I think they should. Oh, Rob's going to send me a link. Okay, that'll work. We could just search the internet all day now. I got you guys up here on the chat. Got my analytics over here. And I'm on the internet. Yeah, I've had a little cough the last couple days. I think since last Tuesday. Well, that's only 2 days ago. Oh man, that's quite the deal you got going on there, Benny. That transmission. Okay, this is not right. It must be this one. Parts are free, but I will pay for the labor. Yeah, it's hard to get labor out of anybody. I'm still trying to get my labor claim from O'Reilly's. I just talked to the guy yesterday, and he's the one that told us about the free lunch. Yeah, we went to free lunch at the bank there in Spring Valley today. But I'm like, O'Reilly's has got $40 billion to buy Napa, but they can't pay me a measly $200 for my labor claim. Oh man, it's 770,253 on Harbor Freight. Let's find Harbor Freight then. I just have to type in H. $70.53. $702.53. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's searching for something. Tried on Labor Day, LOL. You shouldn't have to pay for someone else's mistake. I think they should just send you another transmission of their Benny. Why is this just got a circle going on here? Quinn, half-inch drive, SAE and metric master socket set. 83 pieces. Oh, it's a whole socket set, half-inch drive. Looks like they got a little color blue for the metric sockets, a little line there. And then like maroonish reddish for that must be the standard sockets, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. Yeah, nice little socket set there. Half-inch drive. You're going to be working on something. How'd the transmission flush go, Rob? Yeah, I think that Tremec should send Benny a new transmission or Speedway Motors. He bought it through Speedway Motors. Yeah, but you never even used it until just a couple weeks ago. Trans out of warranty. I would send it back. I would be shipping, and I'm worried they may take weeks. Yeah, Benny's excited to get that 63. This is 63 Impala going. I think I'm using all my processor power because my fans have kicked up high on my laptop here. Probably. Oh, you still haven't got to it. Probably next weekend. Things got to be delayed. I'll send you pics of the pan when I do. All right, sounds good, Rob. Rob's in Pennsylvania. Benny's in just outside of Spring Valley. Benny's in Minnesota. Leisure's in Connecticut. JD's in Nova Scotia. I wonder, how do I get back to my OSB now? What else can we do? Oh, there I made it bigger. Yeah, metrics. Looks like metrics are in blue. Standards must be in that dark red. Quinn. I don't have any Quinn tools. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. Yeah, my laptop. Yeah, the fans have kicked up on high. I don't know. Should we try to do a speed test? I just did this one. But now I'm using a lot of bandwidth. So I got the TV on, OBS Studio. I'm doing this live stream. There's a little bit left. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to get back. Okay, I think I'm back. Put it back, and my phone is on both my phones. So this is the phone I use videos on, and then my regular phone is right over here. So all the phones are on there. My video or my security camera, the big TV over there, the printer. I don't know what else. There's got to be more. Well, then it's running all the stuff at the house. So there's a La Crosse weather station that's connected to the internet that sends stuff out on the internet. There's a bunch of IoT devices I made. So everything, it's running a lot of stuff. If I knew how to get into the router remotely, I would go in there and look. So yeah, here's the transmission fluid today on the GMC Terrain. That's not too bad. Black is motor oil, and then nice and red. Yeah, so the only next option I have other than these home internet boxes is Starlink. I'm never going back to the home telephone company. So JD has 110 megabytes. Must be. Rob says, I sent a full box of vegetables in with the wife to work today, and they are loving it. Yeah, that's better than it going to waste, and you gain a lot of friends, and I'm grateful for the stuff you sent me. That stuff, that jam is awesome. We still have a little bit left. And I told Michelle we should send them canning jars back to you, or at least send you some money so you can buy some more. And then I built this prototype board yesterday because I had a no call, no show. Yeah, we'll go back there and we'll test it out in a few minutes. And then the sketch, the code I wrote up for it, Arduino. Took me a few hours to write all that code in there to get it to all working. And then I made this little drawing for Michelle so she can understand what's going on. So the solar panels go to the charge controller. The charge controller goes to the two 8D batteries I just put in there. And then the 12 volts run the lights, the yard light, the basement lights, water pump, exhaust fan, refrigerator, steps. There's probably some stuff I'm missing. All the lights in the RV are 12 volts. So then there's a 3500 watt inverter that has an automatic transfer switch. So when you plug that in, it transfers to shore power. That's that new box, the shore power battery one. And then when you unplug it from shore power, then the inverter uses the batteries to power everything that's AC and in the motorhome. And we got the microwave, washer, dryer, all the 120 volt outlets, and the refrigerator. There's probably something else too that runs off the 120 volt AC. And then there's a generator relay. So when you turn the generator on, it cuts off the cord. The motorhome cord just plugs into a little outlet back there that I wired in from the inverter. And then the engine start battery runs off, or it has a small solar panel connected to it, and then it runs the engine dashboard and the air conditioning and heating. And then there's an auxiliary relay that connects all the batteries together. All right, I'm gonna get back onto my comments here. Rob says, "Oh, I'm not even gonna say what mine is. Y'all gonna be jealous of fiber." Yeah, Rob probably has some great internet. I don't sweat it a few cases a year. Yeah, I'm gonna send you some more stuff. It costs you a lot to get that stuff here. Whenever I get some more swag or something, I'll send it your way. We haven't gotten on it. Probably after we get back from vacation, if we got any money left. Michelle was just talking to me last night. She's like, "What if we have a flat tire or need to buy a new battery for the starting battery?" I'm like, "Well, that's gonna have to come out of our trip money because we ain't got no extra money." She's like, "Well, we need a separate fund or a separate account." And I'm like, "Well, we just have all our vacation money in one account." Looks like my day job will process the flow charts on Visio. Oh yeah, the air conditioning. So the air conditioning runs off the 120 volts. Yeah, I have the microwave on there. So what do you guys think? Should we go back there and I'll show you this little device I made? Probably have to put the camera on the camera stand. Yeah, I have the water pump on there. I'm going to print this off for you, Michelle, and then you can study it. We'll be fine. Yeah, we didn't break down going to Indiana. Nothing happened, but I think we just had a lot of good luck. Of course, I drove it extra slow. On the way back, though, we were doing 75. And on the way back, we got better gas mileage than on the way down, so go figure. Go figure. Yeah, so I can't believe I had a no show, no call yesterday, and then I guess he forgot about it, and then he didn't even bring it later on in the day. Like I said, that was okay. I'll work it in. Too quick to see. Have a great night, everyone. I'm headed back to bed. Yeah, so if I need more information on your car if it's sluggish or going up hills or whatever. Is the service engine light on? Check engine light. Thanks for coming, by the way. I didn't even know you're here. You do a lot of live streams. I can only come to a few of them here and there. I did see you watching some sprint cars the other day. I don't know if I said hi or not, but I liked it for you. Bring some root beer. Well, we're gonna wherever we stop, if they got root beer, we're buying some. If it's a different kind. So I'm probably not going to be able to read my comments. So you guys will just have to bear with me a little bit here. But I think we should go back to the prototype lab so I could show you how this thing works that I built yesterday. And I just started on it yesterday. This all I did it. So I kind of was just playing around with that. Yeah, let's go check it out. I'm going to take you guys off this one. Flip the camera. So there you can see I'm up on the TV. We got to go find the camera stand. It's back here. So I'm going to put you guys into the camera stand. There we go. And it's kind of tight quarters back here, but trying to be gentle with you guys. So it looks like you guys are going to have to come over here. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to turn on the power supplies right there. It's just an old one. And then it goes through a milliamp gauge, which you know when it's not working, it's only at 20 milliamps. But then when it does turn on, it's at 75, but it's driving. It drives this relay. So I got the voltage meter hooked up. So we'll turn that on. I'm going to turn everything else on here. Lights are on. Turn on the power supply. So at 13 volts, it should not be activated. And it's not. And I do have the little onboard LED hooked up. So now I'm going to lower the voltage with the power supply. It's hard to catch it. It's going to turn on right there. So right around 11.5. So what happens when it turns on? Now we're going to charge, it's charging the battery. So now we're going back up. Going back up. There, we got the 13.5 and it shut back off again. So now it won't come back on again until we drain the batteries down. We're draining down. There. So I think that's going to work really good. I bought this cord today. I'm just going to split the case open, take out the black wire, turn this relay back off, and then it'll go to this connection, to this connection. So that's what I did yesterday. Let's shut off the power. And then in case I ever have to take this off, it just comes off. Put the capacitor, one of the capacitors down there. Well, there is only one. So the prototype lab. And then all the stuff in the prototype lab is all hooked up to this power strip up here. Soldering iron, the power supply. Now the power supply might not be hooked up to that, but the light. So then when I shut that off, it just shuts everything off. And then my drill press made this, I don't use this drill press very often. I didn't pay very much for it, but I was having trouble changing these valves, but this works pretty good. So that's a 3/8 bolt, a big washer, welded it on there. She just pushes her right down. Nothing to it. It does look like maybe this is the lock for this part of it. But this bolt here must have broke off. The guy tried to drill it out, but it's drilled out crooked. Half the bolt's still in there, so I got to get that out. Probably put a helicoil in this one. But I got the rest of the parts over here for it. Yeah, here we can spray this brake cleaner I got on Amazon. But it's just a fog. Like barely any liquid is in there. So yeah, I'm going to work on the Jeep and get it done as soon as I can. The rest of the parts for the Jeep are over here on this bench. Now probably got a bunch of comments to catch up on now. Well, not too many. Have a great night, everyone. I'm headed to bed. All right. Thanks for coming. Too quick to see. He's in Canada too, somewhere. Yes, it's super cool what you just made, as long as it doesn't start my motorhome on fire. It's not going to start on fire. He needs he needs to bring some root beer. Pete the mad scientist. Well, I used to do a lot of prototyping before, when I was working at the fabrication shop, when I was making the starting units and the magnet controllers. So one of the guys there was retired from IBM, and he taught me a lot of the stuff with programming and stuff like that. It's all you got to do is just think about it, Michelle, and it's really easy to understand. Like, I showed Michelle some of the Arduino code today and explained to her how it works, but she just wasn't paying attention. It's super simple. So it says my YouTube is not responding. Let me just go check. Well, it looks like it's up. Well, it is kind of going in and out. It's probably because I was walking around. I think I'm using too much bandwidth. It seems like everything is kind of working. It kind of is working. What else can we put up here? Yeah, we did the pull on the spark plugs, so I think we're all agreed that these only have 40,000 miles. So she wasn't being lied to by the dealer. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the TV. I gotta find the remote. That'll clear up some bandwidth. Oh, as soon as I shut off the TV, now my message went away. So maybe the TV was hogging all the bandwidth. Yeah, I haven't tried out my memory saver yet. JD says I got to be careful with this. JD says I used to try to explain stuff like that to my girlfriend, but most of the time she didn't care anyway, so I don't really bother anymore. That's kind of the feeling I had got what's going on. And Michelle doesn't care about all the technical stuff as much as I do it. And if you're not just going to listen to the technical stuff and try to understand it, there's no sense to keep talking about it. Yeah, see, she says very true. It's just women for you. So the reason I got this is because I normally use my jump pack inside, but I'm always jump starting cars with my jump pack, so I don't want to get any battery acid on somebody's carpet or interior or whatever. Battery corrosion, acid, anything. So this I'm going to keep clean. It'll just be, you'll set it inside there on the floorboard and plug it into the OBD2 port, the DLC connector. And then it's got an on and off switch there, and I'll just turn it on. It's got a 5 amp fuse in the wire. A 5 amp fuse, I'm just wondering, might not be strong enough. Yeah, I'm always got to be, just like Rob, I'm always got to be doing something. My gardening is doing the prototyping stuff. Yeah, this. I just love the solder, and mess around. I probably need to do a better job with my trace wires. Like, I think I could put the trace wires, I was thinking about this, I could put the trace wires on the top and then stick them through. I think I used to do that, but I just want to get this board working. It's just a little prototype. If it works, we could get a board made. Yeah, if this works, Michelle, other RVers are going to want this. And I guess people that do this for a living, it's like $140 an hour they get for prototyping minimum. Yeah, 10 to 15 amp fuse. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So on this memory saver, and a 10 to 15 amp fuse, that ain't gonna, shouldn't burn out anything if something bad was to happen. But I've been putting them on, I've been using my jump pack for quite a few years now, and nothing bad has ever happened. So lube guard, this is my snake oil. And then I have some STP there I'll use once in a while. This stuff I started using back in the 90s, the Techron. So Chevron with Techron is what would cure some of the GMs. It was in the GM service bulletins. And hey Josh, how's it going, man? Upstate New York. Yeah, you never answered me. Do you know Eric O of SMA? Or do you watch his videos? At least I don't remember. The Jeep brake fluid I did the other day. Jeep rear axle seal. I had to pull all the linkage. The axle, normally on a rear axle seal, you gotta take the wheel bearing off and you slide the axle out through the wheel bearing. But not on this one. It's a 2016 Jeep Cherokee. Oh yeah, here's the water bottle holder I made Michelle in the RV. And then here's the picture with it closed. So are you using this water bottle thing, Michelle? How do you like it? A JD. Yeah. He doesn't like YouTubers going to a shop, but I would love to go to a shop and meet him someday. Could be the Josh that works for Eric O. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I just watched a video the other day. Josh don't like to be on camera. Here, I got to put this. JD sent me this floor sweeper video. Josh Holman says, no, it's not him. That's pretty sweet. Said they just got it. This is JD. JD sent me this video. All right, let's find something else. I guess the last picture I got from Rob is right here. It's some of the vegetables. These must be some of the ones he sent with his wife into work. Man, they look good. Oh, so Michelle is using that water bottle. You need to refill it tomorrow. I just don't like having all the pop can cases and water bottles cases on the floor. I think everything should be picked up and put away. Yeah, the wheel bearing hub tool. Yeah, here's the motorhome batteries. Cell phone tower batteries are the suitcase ones, and then I had 4 of those in there, and then we put in two big 8D batteries from Napa. I still ain't come up with any cores. They won't take these cell phone tower batteries. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I go to the junkyard with those, it's only going to be like a $10 to $20 difference after I take my batteries in for scrap price. So I guess it's nothing I need to worry about. I don't know anybody that would have 8D core batteries though. So how was your day, Josh? How's the weather in New York? I'm finishing up my root beer. I don't necessarily like this one, but I was able to buy a case of this at Menards. So I got a few of these to drink up. And I'm super excited about using this tape. I don't know if I didn't get the picture of the tape up here. But it's really strong. Yeah, I can't. It's a fiber. What did he call it? What did he call it, Michelle? Woven fiber tape. They're getting a lot of storms in New York right now. Last night we caught Timmy on one of his lives, and he said it was 103 degrees in Louisiana. No, you don't always have to correct your spelling. We'll get it. So probably have to cut this stuff with the scissors. It doesn't feel extremely like sticky though. It's cloth loom tape. That's what it was. It sticks to itself really good. Yeah, I can't unstick it from itself. I think it was like $4.25 a roll. Oh yeah, it sticks to itself really, really good. Josh says it's doing good. Raining today, but sunny at the end. Yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, I can't wait to tape up some wiring harnesses with this stuff. Well, I had a car come in today. I had to do a scanner check on it. Put the scanner on it for the guy. F-150, 2002 or something, and he says it's just not running right. But it was missing. He said the exhaust smells funny. He doesn't drive it very much. I just wonder how the gas is. Yep. I don't know. He said he's going to come in and give us some money, but Michelle never made him an invoice, so. I'm not too worried about it. Just scanning a vehicle. Normally, I don't even charge. I'm going to go get the Tessa tape I have because this stuff is like what Ford would use. But I bought the Tessa tape because I needed loom tape, but that's the only tape I could find. that was semi-compatible. And the Tessa tape does really good, but it's a different kind of stuff. But this tape is supposed to be for wiring harnesses too. Got a couple different sizes. But this tape is like a cloth tape. This tape sticks really good too. But you can actually rip the Tessa tape. They stick to each other really good. Alicia says it's raining in Connecticut. And Michelle says it's very soft, but strong, withstands extreme temperatures. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, the Tessa tape is softer. It does pretty good, but it did melt. And now I can rip it. It's like a nylon. Yes, exactly like a nylon tape. So that's interesting, but I bought 5 rolls. It's kind of a promo deal, so I don't know how much longer they'll have it. He said I might even not even get my 5 rolls this week, but they must have found some because it was here today. Yeah, it's $10 for a scan and clear codes, but usually if somebody just wants me to scan and clear their codes or scan it, I do not charge them just for walk-ins, because generally they're going to bring something back to me. Yeah, well, we could just tell him that when he comes in tomorrow that I don't need nothing for that scan and clear codes. He's a good customer. I mean, usually I only charge like if I have to use the scanner when I'm actually working on a car in the shop. Like oil changes, when they come in and I'm not familiar with your car and the light's on, we don't charge them on oil change day to scan and clear the codes. No, we don't do that to our customers. I think he felt obligated to pay me because I was pretty busy when he walked in, but that's what I'm here for, is to help people. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably could withstand like 300 degrees maybe. But I like tape. I got a whole drawer of tape back there. The more supplies you have, the better job you're gonna be able to do fixing somebody's car. And I like to keep all that kind of little stuff on hand. Like, we don't have like a hardware store I can run across the street. Basically, I am the hardware store in Grand Meadow. Michelle says if she was bartending, she would take their $90, a lot different than at the bar. Yeah, I just try to give people favors, and then they give me favors back. They'll shout out my business or tell somebody else. I guess that is a shout out. This guy brings everything to me he can't fix. So good customer. I think tomorrow when he comes in, Michelle, just tell him, hey, Pete, me and Pete talked about it, and we don't want to take nothing for checking your car out. It says the tape is from Eugene, Oregon. I did not get that. It says it's from China. Yeah, Eugene, Oregon, right here at the bottom. It does say that. But on the back, on the barcode, made in China. Leisure says Katrina charges if you just walk in the door. Yeah, so I was thinking of words that describe my shop the other day because I was watching somebody else's video. I'm kind of very interested on how he charges and all that, and it's really upscaled from mine. But one of the words that describe my shop is affordability, value for your money. We did decide on our warranty, Rob. It's going to be the 12-month, 12,000 mile. I got good experience. We do quality repairs. That's all I wrote down. And then I made some notes for tonight. We had a no call, no show. Oh, the prototyping. We had free lunch today in Spring Valley. That was okay. I'm not sick or nothing. And then I found this strap on the side of the road on the way back. But we didn't stop on our way back. So I used, when I was test driving the customer's car, I stopped and got it. It was only a couple miles out of town. And I go 5 miles one way, turn around and come back 5 miles the other way. Getting that. Hey, buddy, from Texas, and you got the old Buick. Yeah, we do live streams every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we moved them all to 8 o'clock, so it's the same time. And we kind of talk about stuff. So I guess if you had more questions, yeah, you had maybe the evap vent problem on your Buick, and I did not show that in that video. And I was a little rude to you, which I do not mean to be rude. But yeah, that my customer with that car, he has, an evap code, but he did not want to put the money into putting a new filler neck on there. His was a bad filler neck. Even though I fixed it up where the gas cap was all rusted, the sealing surface for the gas cap, I fixed that. He just could not afford it. He doesn't drive it very much. He's a retired school teacher. He's one of my teachers. The car sat in his driveway for years before I was here because other shops were screwing him. And he's like, you know what, Pete, can you come over and take a look at my car someday? Because I haven't had it running for a couple years. I drove it here from the shop, and then it wouldn't start back up from the shop that he went to before. So yeah, I got his car going, and he's super happy. It's reliable now. Yeah, it's got the evap problem, but he doesn't go very far. Just in town, he goes gets the mail. He goes up get coffee. He goes to the restaurant to play some pool. Super nice guy. So you got the 2004 Buick LeSabre vent valve. Yeah, most of the time they put that vent valve right up in the back corner where the filler neck is. I don't know if I ever got into it on the Buick, but I get into it on other Chevys. P0171, isn't that like something to do with the fuel? So a P0171, let me look it up here. Now that's probably System 2 Lean Bank 1. So that is something entirely different. That's what I thought. So the 3800s, if you got a 2004 Buick LeSabre, you got a 3800s, you might have the intake gaskets going out. Every 3800 I've worked on, I've had to put intake gaskets in. It's the vent valve by the tank. Fuel trim, System Lean Bank 1. Yep. The gas tank makes a gurping blurping noise and dribbles out the gas cap. Yeah, so you need to blow out your charcoal canister, and then a lot of times if you can't get to the vent, I'll just blow it out from the bottom, because it's just a vent. Now the vent valves get all full. I don't know if you live on a gravel road or a dusty road, but yeah, it sounds like it. And the charcoal canisters, if it's too bad, you have to replace it. So it sounds like your charcoal canister's either got fuel in it or water in it if it's gurgling. The other thing that might be, I'm not familiar, I can't remember if them cars have a purge solenoid on them, but maybe that could be what's causing the too lean on bank one. The gas, yeah, okay. It's been 120 degrees in Texas. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's upper 70s to lower 80s here right now. We just talked to Timmy. Timmy does everything last night. We watched one of his live feeds. He says it's 103 in Louisiana. Oh, you replaced it. So now you got a new code, or just trying to get a visual on what's going on here? Because evap codes are like 450 codes, and then you got a 171 code, and that's for lean bank one. It's in the 80s and 90s at night. Well, even that's too hot. Even I hope you got some air conditioning or at least a good fan. Of course, if it's 120 during the day and then it's 80s to 90s at night, that feels cold probably. Same code. Well, that's for a different problem. You're getting a vacuum leak on bank one. Let me see which end of the car that would be. So that's going to be in the front of the engine towards the radiator, bank one. $500 electric bill. I thought mine was high. Last week was $160 some, like $165. $500 electric bills. That's crazy. You must have a big farm or big ranch. Let me do something else for you. What year did you say that was? 2004. Scanner Danner says it could be the throttle body plugged up. You know what? Okay, so multiple issues in the past: rotted outfiller and our canister vent solenoid, purge solenoid, all related evac leaks malfunctions. So you need to clean the mass airflow sensor. Make sure that the O-ring is good on the bottom. And make sure it's not aftermarket. You need to check your purge valve and clean your throttle body. $500 electric bill in town? Holy smokes. Michelle, we cannot move to Texas. No, Texas would be one of the places I would like to live. Florida, she wants to go to Florida, but like Leisure said, the hurricanes, I don't get along with hurricanes. Lawnmower Man says, I run the dehumidifier and the AC 24/7. See, I'm still reading here on the P0171. I'm just kind of Michelle says I skim read too much. And there's a couple videos on the P0171 for that car. Yeah, but you don't get hurricanes in Texas, do you? I'm just thinking it's got to have a vacuum leak. I'm thinking it's got to be the intake gaskets. I'm still researching it out. Michelle said she lived in Texas, never again. Texas gets floods, Leisure says. I'm out of money until the 31st. Well, that is not good. Retirement pay. The coast gets hurricanes, Lawnmower Man says. All right, I'm down on Scanner Danner's page. Yeah, you got to look for some vacuum leaks. Usually a clogged throttle body will make it run rich. Let me just go into this last one and see what it says. Fractured ankle and scoliosis. Oh no. Yeah, you don't want that when you're retired. This page is not loading. Try a different one. Maybe I lost my internet. No, it says it's still working. Oh, don't want to do that. Diabetes and hematoma. Hematoma. Something. I'm sorry. That's terrible, terrible news. Hematoba. That's what it is. Hematoba. Yeah, a few things you can do is clean the mass airflow sensor, check the purge valve, research on Google how to spray down your intake gaskets, and you can. I heard people can. I use like brake cleaner, but people can spray water on them, and you can. If you get a change in your idle, then you got a leaking intake gasket. Lawnmower Man says he did 22 years of work for the state. So you work for the state. So the other thing, sorry, I just got a scratchy throat today. So vacuum leaks, purge valve, and making sure your mass airflow sensor is an OE mass airflow sensor and it's clean. Yeah, that's about all. I remember those cars. Sorry. You can tap lightly tap on the mass airflow sensor, and if it changes the idle, the mass airflow sensor is bad. We used to do a lot of that back in the day. Texas has totally different laws than most states. God loves me and takes care of me. Yeah, I think God watches over me a little bit too. I'm very grateful. I'm complicated, he says. Lawnmower man. So this guy had that coded, and what's the mass airflow sensor? On that same car that's in my video that you commented on, I had to put a new mass airflow sensor on that car too. I don't recall what code it has, and I'm not going to try to look it up, what code it had. But I had to replace it. And I had some of them. I had a used one left over from back in the day, so I put them on a used one. Because it's probably going to be really hard to find an OE mass airflow sensor for one of those cars right now. And I was just talking to my reps about some of the OE parts and some of their parts you can't get anymore. And they're fine with it, but I'm not. I'm like, this is the way the world's going. They only want the new cars to last 5 years. That's crap. Nobody's got the kind of money to buy these kind of new cars nowadays. They only last 5 years. Yeah, no, that's why we're on here, Michelle. We're trying to help people whatever they need. So yeah, do a couple of those little things while you're waiting for your check to come in. Spray some water on it when it's running on the intake. See if it changes the idle. Give the mass airflow sensor a tap. Make sure you could also unbolt it, unscrew it. I think they have the tamper-proof Torx on them. Yeah, so Dorman, Leisure says Dorman. Lawnmower man says, I got the part for the vent valve, but I need to wait till it cools down. Yeah, I understand that. I'm so fortunate to have air conditioning here in my shop. I would not be able to fix all these cars if I was outside in the heat trying to fix these cars. Not possible. Leisure says Dorman. Yeah, don't use a Duralast because it just don't last. Leisure taught me that one. Yeah, nice to have you on here. We're going to stay on here for 30 some more minutes. We can start to go through some other stuff here. There, I got me back up on here. Here's some transmission fluid I changed today. Black as motor oil in the before sample. I had to do drain and fills on it 4 times. But I finally got her cleaned up, GMC Terrain. And it's the Napa delivery guy. He works at Napa. He brought me all the parts. I do put on customer supplied parts at my shop. Absolutely. I get a lot of customers from other people's shops because they don't want put on customer supplied parts. I have no problem with it. Lawnmower man said, I wish it has teleportation beam over with my Buick. Yeah, someday that's coming, I think. So far, everything on Star Trek is coming true. Yeah, I could just beam over there and help you fix it real quick. We got to get on that, Michelle. We need a transporter. I had to order some new sensors today, and I got the whole 20-pack of sensors and the tool cheaper than you could buy just the sensors for. I think I paid like $325 or was it $354? It was either $354 or $325. I'm not going to look it up. Yeah, Lawnmower Man. You should ask JD what the temperature is. He's in Nova Scotia, Canada. He just sent me these pictures today. What's JD? What's the temperature there been like in Nova Scotia? What the Lawnmower Man said his was 120. 120 degrees in Texas. Man, that's too hot. Now these are some right before the live stream started tonight. JD sent me these pictures. So Lawnmower Man, JD is Peekaboo on here. Elijah says you need a British police telephone booth. Oh, like Doctor Who. Yeah, I love Doctor Who. I've seen them all. I watched them all. I want to get like the whole video series. The TARDIS. Have part will travel. Yeah, there's a guy in town here on his. He passed away this last summer, but on his van somebody made some graphics that says "Have gun will travel." It's 18 to 27 degrees Celsius. Let me just convert that over for everybody. Man, my internet is slow. So 18 degrees Celsius is 64.4. 27 degrees Celsius is 80.6. So that's some good working weather, JD. So 80.6 today is what JD says it was. Oh, 18. Oh, so it's 64 degrees right now. I got it. Lawnmower Man says 98 degrees with a heat index of 103 to 109 right now. Oof. Paladin TV show. Time and relative dimensions in space. Have gun will travel. Yeah, that's the guy that he was in town here. Yeah, we're on Fahrenheit. Well, JD's in Canada, so they're on. The metric system, is that what I should call it? I don't know. Celsius. Oh, we can go back right here. Yeah, so this little Ford Focus behind me, something with the blower motor, the fan is like, to me it feels like the fan broke off, or the blades are gone. I can hear it spinning, but it's not. It's nothing comes out, and it's spinning really easily and really fast. Then the Chevy, they said it had a coolant leak, so I got to check that out first thing in the morning before work. And then when I drove it in, the brake pedal fades right to the floor. And the brake fluid's full, so that means it's not leaking. The master cylinder's bad. Yeah, so Peekaboo is JD. That's just what we call him. He likes to be called JD. And he sent me all them pictures right before my live stream. He sent me a lot more than that, but that's all I decided to put on. Well, a couple more. What else do we got? Well, we better put Michelle up here so everybody can see what Michelle looks like. Michelle only likes me to put up one picture, but I found a couple more pictures of her. I just got to figure out where they are. Oh boy, I have to do something with all these pictures. I can only find this one, Michelle. I'll find the other one here in a second. I have a 1982 Ford Granada Fox body for my mom. That's cool. I'm just trying to picture what that looks like. I think that's a smaller like car, isn't it? Like I don't know. Here's the picture Michelle likes. '82 Ford Granada. I'm gonna look that up. And that's what I was thinking it looked like. So let me do something here. I'm putting you guys back on the computer screen. 1982 Ford Granada. Michelle's cute. Yeah, I think she's pretty cute. The bird is the ward, Leisure says. Beefed up Ford Fairmont. See, that's what I was going to say. I thought it was like a Fairmont. But I didn't want to look like or sound like an idiot or look like an idiot or something. Of course, not the smartest guy out there, I guess. I make a lot of mistakes. I'm way better at fixing cars. All right, let's go back. There's more pictures of Michelle somewhere. See, now you guys see what I'm looking at here. Look at all these pictures over here. What's this one? Daisy? Yeah, we got a dog, Daisy. Leisure's modified. Leisure sent me a picture of this asphalt modified. Give a shout out to Leisure. Leisure's always got the very best comments. Here's a picture with Michelle in it. You can just barely see her there, sitting at the table. Well, great smile. Yup. Cane Corso. Daisy Girl. The Granada in America is a square body like the Fox body Mustang. I can put up. So JD sent me a picture of his buddy's Mustang. Let's put up the picture first. Gotta find the damn thing. So here's the picture of this Mustang. One of JD's friends, and I think JD helps him work on it or something. Yeah, Leisure always has the best comments. How about T? I don't understand that one. JD says, there was an Irish wolfhound around here when I was a kid. I thought it was a horse at first. And then JD, so we're talking, a lawnmower man said something about Mustangs, so I just thought we'd put this one up. But then JD sent me of the same car doing a burnout. Now JD sent me this video. That guy could drive, and whoever built that engine could build a good engine too. Crazy, man, crazy. Okay, Michelle wants me to put up another picture. So Michelle driving. There's Michelle driving the motorhome, but there's another picture that I found just the other day. Oh, Michelle said no, not that really wasn't her, but she'll take the credit for it. Daisy Dog at the shop. Oh, I got too many pictures. It gives us something to do anyways. I was trying to find the one of the yard light. What else? Kind of a picture of the shop outside. Michelle made me the zip tie holder. I always talk about yeah, it's time to purge these pictures. I always talk about Michelle's zip tie holder, but the last live stream, she told me I got to stay on point. So we got to talk about shop stuff. A shout out to K-Tool. They warranted the cable on my hoist. It's still working. K-Tool, my 4-post lift. Got to keep the eye on the cables. My Chevy Avail. I think we're going to scrap it, Michelle. I found out the battery's no good in it today. I'm like, we can't even make any money off the battery. Got to jump start it all the time. Well, that's my shop. Not the yard light picture I was looking for. I was on a service call the other day. I had to fix a magnet excavator. No, we're a repair shop. I'll find, here's the parking lines I just painted outside. Auto repair. I have a picture of the shop outside I just took the other day. Well, here's me putting the ECM in the, or finishing up the Impala. I put an ECM in it, programmed it. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I told Michelle to list it on a marketplace for $300. But she hasn't done that yet. Here's my F-150. We did the parade. Oh, I drove the van today a couple times. 3 or 4 times I drove my van. Oh, here's the picture I was looking for. Shop outside. Well, that was taken pretty recently. It's got a good engine and a manual transmission. The clutch still works good on it though. So I guess that's a plus. Because I fixed, originally this gal brought this car to me because her clutch wasn't working. It was the hydraulic part of it that wasn't working. JD says if you don't want to deal with parting it out, then sell the whole car. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. $300. We'll just put it outside. I got a title. Michelle's got it listed on Marketplace. I don't have time. I got to fix cars during the day, and then I guess when I do get a day off, I work on all my little projects. Jesse Jolson. Hi, Jesse Jolson. How you doing? Are we going to get some storms tonight, Jesse? It says we're going to get storms. Yeah, here's my van. Just drove it today. I think I drove it 3 times for sure. We had to mow the other day, so we had to get it out, and get it running again. Remember when we fixed the clutch, we were driving it around town a few days. She runs and drives great, fine, yeah. Yeah, we got caught driving her car. We went and got lunch with it. Vice Grip Garage the car, LOL. I haven't seen any of his videos lately. Vice Grip Garage. Yep. Let Derek have it. Yeah, but all you have to do is put a tie strap down on the hood, and he could just drive it. Yeah, I couldn't figure out anything to do a pull today, so I was thinking about it. He's still there. I think that's about it for today. I mean, that I had to talk about. And so nothing too much new happened other than I had a whole missed appointment the other day. So JD, what do you guys have a policy that you do when somebody misses an appointment? They don't call. They don't show up. I don't know, like we could have a missed appointment fee because I'm scheduled way out, like 3 weeks out. Somebody else could have used that appointment if this guy didn't want it. Man, avails are going for more than I thought they would be. It just can't be worth very much. He took a 1982 Chevy truck and put a Hemi in it. Is that like a Chrysler Hemi? 2009 to 2011. That's way too much. I would not pay that much for a Chevy Avail. Daewoo, right? JD helped me figure that out. It's Daewoo. That's what happened to Daewoo. They turned into the Veil. Yeah, but Michelle, that it would cost way too much to fix that car up. A Dodge and a Chevy. Oh, what was this other? Oh, just the other day there, I took this picture. There's Michelle's Impala. There's my van, and there's where we stay in the motorhome right here at the shop. Well, this is when I mowed the yard, isn't it? I got the air conditioning on in the shop, and it's 74 degrees in here. I just got it turned down just a little bit to take the humidity out. You're talking Vice Grip Garage or Lawnmower Man or what? Yeah, yeah, that's funny, JD, because I would not pay that kind of money for one of those. I figured if this car was in the shape it was before it got in this accident, it's like a $500 car. You don't understand, Pete. They fix it for nonprofit. Yeah, no, but we got to give it to them. I still need to get my $100 out of it. Oh, we can put this up. There's me putting new batteries in the motorhome the other day. Oh no, here we go. This job turned out really good. I did a torque converter in a 2016 Town and Country. I'll look into. Michelle says she'll look into it more tomorrow. I'll see what she can figure out. They possibly wouldn't touch a smashed up car though, Michelle. The dehumidifiers are wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I knew a guy that there's a barn outside of town, and obviously he insulated it and fixed it up. But all he ran is one little dehumidifier in the barn, and it kept the whole barn so cool. So I did buy a dehumidifier for my house, but it just wouldn't cool the house like the air conditioning would. I think there's another picture of Michelle here somewhere. I thought. Oh, it's in this slideshow, and I gotta. There. Whoops. How do I stop it on that picture? I can't, but there's Michelle and Daisy's learning how to swim. I can't stop it on that. Oh, yes, I can. I got to press pause right here. There we go. So we were in Hudson visiting Michelle's family and the St. Croix River. And Michelle walked Daisy out there. She wouldn't go out there by herself, but Michelle went out there, and then Daisy dog went out there with her. And Daisy got to swim just a little bit. She floated in the water. She's buoyant. Yeah, this is the other picture that I found of Michelle that's on here. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. I got 3. And It took, I'm not very proud of it, but it took me all day on the GMC Terrain today. So the transmission flush, oil change, spark plugs, the coil boots. I did not know those 2.4 Ecotechs. So you take the coil boot off and there's something in there that looks like a little fuse. I did not know they had those. I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that little fuse thing is? And I don't even have one here to show you because my customer wanted all its old parts. I probably got an Ecotech coil though in the thing. But you pull that boot off, there's a spring in there and then a little shunt. Maybe it's a shunt. Yeah, she needs to go swimming in the swimming pool outside because she's starting to stink a little bit. Plus, we need to wash the hair off. She's shedding so bad. I didn't go in. I had jeans on, and I wanted to bring my my gold painting pan. I should have brought my gold painting pan, and then I could have panned for some gold. Yeah, well, it's just like a month ago we gave Daisy a bath outside in the swimming pool. She went going to the swimming pool for Michelle, but I was out on a test drive or something. And I get back and Michelle's like, see if you can get Daisy to go in the pool. So I went out there and got her in the pool and splashed some water on her, and then I got the hose, and the hose was out in the sun, so I made sure it wasn't too warm. I sprayed her down, and then Michelle came and scrubbed her down with some shampoo, and we hosed her all off. Real nice and gentle. So she did not mind at all. Actually, she was very happy getting a pool bath with the hose. Yeah, so I can't wait to see what this new TPMS tool can do. Yeah, nice to have you, Lawnmower Man. Nice to have you here. And sorry I was a little rude to you on that one comment at first, but you said you were very disappointed or very unhappy. You said you were very unhappy that I didn't cover the vent valve or the canister vent, but you'll figure it out. I know you will. If not, you can tell us your progress on next Tuesday, and we can see if we can diagnose it a little bit farther. That's clear glass looking cylinder inside the rubber extension boot is an internal ignition suppressor resistor, sometimes paired with a ferrite core. Okay, that's some good information. I did not know what that little thing was. I do recommend that if you I'm okay. I didn't drop one, but like I should have done a video on it because I recommend like do not have your spark plugs out of the cylinder if you're going to change those boots. What happened if you dropped one of those down there? You'd have to fish it out somehow. Pete walked up and told her to get in the pool, and she did. You're good. That's what AI says anyway. So, you had to look it up a little bit? It's observation. Still too hot. It's still too hot. Yeah, well, okay, yeah. So the next we're on here every Tuesday and Thursday. So the next time when you get an update, come on here and we'll try to help you out so you don't have to spend too much money. A 2004. Or is that what you said, 2004? Yeah, JD, let me put up another picture of JD. So JD works at a shop in Canada. JD knows almost everything. So right here is kind of a picture of inside JD's shop. He's working on a Kia there that has a 5-speed manual. They keep their shop really nice and clean. I tell you what, my shop has been getting dirtier and dirtier, but I do spend a lot of time cleaning. We got a few more things to get organized here. But I try to keep it as clean as I can. We're pushing out some work. We got 39 invoices today, and it's the 20th, so we're about almost two invoices a day. You're gonna have to wait till October. Yeah, that's when we're going down to Florida. As if, LOL. Yeah, I did find out that my Xtool scanner has AI built into it. And it's pretty informative. I was pretty impressed. So it was on one of the last live feeds I did. It was the first time I ever used it. So it wasn't actually in a real scenario, the AI part of it. But it pulled up a lot of information. And it's just I think what it's doing is just an extra deep Google search is what it did and organized it. Is that what these data centers are going to do? They're for my scanner. So we need all these data centers out there to run my scanner. The vent valve is part on the driver's side rear by the filler neck, gas cap, by the gas tank. Yep, that's where they all are. GMs. I know on some of the Chevy pickups I've done a relocation kit where you put it up by the brake booster. But yeah, once you get an update, come back on here and we'll try to do our best to lead you in the right direction. I think Pete just uses air compressor and blows out the vent valve. Yeah, I do, but sometimes the valve itself is too far gone and I got to get a new one. If your canister gets too soaked with gas, you got to get a new one. If it's got any cracks in it, you got to get a new one. The last one I got on Amazon because I just didn't think my customer could afford the one that was from our parts suppliers, and we're kind of an economy-based shop, so we try to keep our rates low as we can. Try to put on the cheapest, best parts that will try to last the longest. So far, we're pretty good, except for the Duralast wheel bearing a couple weeks ago that failed, and it failed in 11,000 miles. But AutoZone warrantied it out for me. They upgraded us. They gave us, so the one I put in there was the really cheap one, and then they upgraded us to the gold. Check the fuel pressure on the Buick. That's a common issue on Identifix. Okay, that's some good information to let Lawnmower Man know. I'm telling you what, if I ever get, like, that's what I want. I want Identifix rather than Mitchell or Motor. What other ones are there out there? But Identifix is the best one, in my view. I've used Identifix before. I don't have it. It's too much money for me to have. So, JD, do you get You have Identifix at work, and then it also works on your phone, because you must be at home right now, right? Mitchell is good, but I like Identifix. Lawnmower Man says, I have to raise the Buick to get under the car. Yeah, I got it made here. I got a hoist. I'm just guessing. I'm a bartender, not a mechanic. And then check the fuel pressure. Hey, before you go, also check the MAF can have issues. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Back in the day, we used to just tap with our screwdriver handle on the top of it. And if your idle changes at all or your car dies, that MAF is bad. If you have a 2000 to 2005 Buick, put it on the lift by the back side. Would you show me where the canister and vent valve? Yeah, the next time I get one in, then I'll I don't get very many of those cars in. Probably the one I worked on is probably due for an oil change soon. I don't know. He hasn't been in for a while. You have the username and password, so I can use it wherever. But can you use it on your phone? That's what I was wondering. I always came up with so many hits that were new, but my boss would not let me post them because he's like, I'm not going to let you post this, Pete, because if you post all your good stuff on here, then everybody, they won't need to come to us. That's kind of what he told me. Like, I wanted to post like what I found with the car, how I fixed it, and how I beat book time all the time. Yep, the classic handle tap on the 3.8. Yeah, you remember that too. It's been a while since you get an old classic car like that in that you can. But that's the mass airflow sensor on that video, or on the car in the video, was bad too. That's when I fixed that in this driveway, and I knew what kind of car it was, so I had some of those old parts on hand from back in the day, and I just brought a used one over there, popped it on, and can't remember what else I did to it, but I was able to get it started up, and he drove it over here for me to finish it up. Yeah, on the phone. Okay, that's good. We have Ari, and Ari can integrate with Mitchell, and Ari is internet based, so you could have like 4 or 5 computers in the shop here, and they're all correlated. Plus, Michelle has it on her phone, and I have it on my phone, so that's Ari is our shop management. But after October, we're going to fully implement Ari. We're going to use it on every single thing, because that will send text message reminders to people on their appointments. And we just found out the other day, I don't know if this is a glitch, but a customer can make their own appointment. Maybe we have to verify it here on our side, but they can look at the schedule and say, okay, I want my car booked on this day. And then I think we have to go in and verify that that's okay. But it does stuff like that too. Yeah, she has Ari on her phone and O'Reilly's, but she has the O'Reilly's Pro mobile app. But they don't have an O'Reilly's First Call app. But First Call is where you get all the information. Yeah, I can look it up, Lawnmower Man. Let's go to O'Reilly's. I'm gonna get set up here first, and we'll look up the location of that stuff here for you. Okay, so I'm ready. I'm gonna bring you guys along. Let's do this online or all together. See if we can get it to work this time, huh, JD? Put the computer screen on. And now we're going to select 2004. That's right, my internet is very, very slow. I'm not, well, I could text you if you send me a text. I don't know. I selected 2004 here. Why is it not working? All right, just hold on. I'm going back to the. I gotta see what's going on here. I'm gonna refresh this page. I found out what was wrong. I need to log back in. Okay, now I'm gonna put you guys back on. All right, so let's select the year is 2004 Buick. I think you said it was a Sabre. Add vehicle. Let's go to vehicle data and specs. No, if you want my phone number here, I'll just put my phone number in here. No. Let's go back here. Is it a custom or a limited? Custom, okay. Component locations. Oh, I don't know. Engine. Fuel controls, maybe. Evaporated emission canister purge valve, purge canister. No, it's not that one. Mass airflow sensor is 6. Right there's your mass airflow sensor. Purge valve there. This is showing it on a supercharged engine. I know, I'm trying to find it. I don't think there's, oh. Let's just try to search it out. There's nothing for vent valve. And we already looked at those two. Yeah, it looks like my service data, JD, is just not very good. Maybe it's in the body. Fuel tank. All right, looks like I got the lawnmower man on text message. Yeah, no, buy the gas tank. I think this is mostly just for. I'm just trying to find it. Look up filler tube. Nothing for filler. Nope, I just don't have that. I could go to. Let me put you guys back over here. We'll go to the dealer and look it up that way. I just got to get signed into my dealer. Okay, I'm into the dealer. I'm going to put you guys back on. Buick 2004. Saber. Custom search. Call out number 27. It's right down here. Let me make this bigger. Yeah, it's just so the charcoal canister, and then it's got a short tube. Goes right to this. So yeah, it's right up by the filler neck somewhere. Yeah, I got you. There's 0 available from the dealer. I have another source that I could look at. Let me go back to the computer screen. I'm going to pull up Johnston here. I don't remember how to get to the AC Delco pages on Johnston though. But we could try it. Let me get logged in here. They changed how you log in. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's my message ringtone. I don't remember how to get to my AC Delco guides though. Okay, I think I'm getting closer. My internet is so slow when I'm doing all right, I'm gonna bring you guys along now. Let's just go and do the. So we got 2004 Buick, the Saber, custom, continue. Oh, it's right there. Continue to advanced AC Delco catalog. Right up here. That's not what I want. Illustrated catalog. Here we go. I think I figured it out. It's just, and this site is slow. Not sure. Emission control. Evaporative system. Custom. Looks like I have to accept this. Yeah, it's just giving me the same pictures I got from the dealer. It's loading very slowly. Yeah, I forgot about I have this catalog. Call out 27. Vapor canister vent valve. It says it's $48.98, but I know they don't have one. Well, it does say one is available here. Interesting. Yeah, I got access to the AC Delco GM parts catalog. Guides. What's guides? RPO codes and descriptions. Wants me to download a file. I can't go back on that. We could search for the vent valve. That's $48.98. There's one available. If I was working on this car, this is the one I'd get right here. You could get one, an aftermarket one, but this is the part I would get if it was in my shop. Oh, toolbox, illustration, labor, no labor found. And illustration is just going to take me back to the other page. Yep. Okay. That's interesting. I don't use the AC Delco catalog very much. Add repair data to catalog, labor specs and diagrams, 30-day trial. I could click on that, but I'm not going to. So very interesting. The dealer does not have one though. Theirs is cheaper. $32.79, my cost. There's a damn fly in here. I got it. The hot concrete sucks. Yeah, when it gets that hot, I couldn't work out there either. Yeah, so this is what I look at right here. Then if I put a picture up, it shows right here. Okay, yeah, Leisure, we haven't heard back from FMP yet. I've been checking my email. They're supposed to email me, and then we're supposed to set up a time for a rep to come here. So I don't know if they just don't need any new customers or what's going on. But I did the enrollment process to get it rolling, to get Factory Motor Parts here, and nothing has. It's been a week and a half now. Oh, I see. You're just testing out the hearts and the little fox faces because you can see them on my screen. Yeah, you can see what I look at. This is exactly what I'm looking at right now. Or cardboard box flattened out would help. Yeah, but Michelle, it's just too. It's too hot. Oh, what else could I put on here? Look at all them pictures, JD. Yeah, I want to come down to Texas and race this car in Texas. Yeah, here's where I worked. I fabricated all the stuff for these starting units. I did this for like 12 years. I took a break from the cars and the automotive industry to work and build on these and then learn. I learned a lot of prototyping and how to code, fabrication. This place did everything. They had milling machines, lathes, presses. They did alternators, starters, electric motors, rewind. I learned how to rewind motors. I built a permanent magnet alternator out of a 10SI. Learned a lot about batteries and 12-volt systems. I fixed this scope. That was my lab scope that I had at this place, Tektronix. I took it all apart. It's a dual trace. Well, it's not. Get this picture out of the way. But that was my scope that I got to use when I was there. They said if you can fix it, this is the one you can use. There was just a couple capacitors in there that were bad. I wish I could have kept that scope and took it with me. I know how to use the lab scope like this one. This one here is a little bit harder to use. The Handtech. There's a big truck I had in on my lift. Oh, here's where I started out. So I started out in my house shop right here. I'm guessing this year when this picture was taken is like 2020. I built that garage and I put the vaulted ceiling in there because I was putting my hoist in there. Yeah, that hoist cost delivered. I think I paid $2,300 delivered for that hoist. It's still like brand new condition. I was just in there today. The race car's up on the hoist now. Yeah, there's a picture of that. Right here. So the race car's in there now. That's this picture. Yep, I got it right here, Michelle. That's the underside of the engine. Well, they're cat faces. Emojis, man, emojis. Cat with hard eyes. Yeah, see, the hoist still looks like brand new. It was 20. It's a little more expensive now. I think it's like 2,600, but that's a nice little hoist. That got me started in my business, going on my own, taking a leap and going on my own. Which, other than all the logistics, going on my own has been great. But all the little logistics and all the everything that has to be done every single day is, I mean, I knew it was going to be like that, but man, it's there's so many just behind the scene things that have to be done to run your own business without going to jail. Yeah, no, you were out, JD, you were out last one. Yeah, M-Joys, I send Michelle some M-Joys because she sends them to me, but other than that, I don't like using M-Joys. I like making coding my own M-Joys, but I haven't done that for a while. Yeah, we're interested to see if you make any progress. Come back on here again and let us know. Ford Edge brake boosters, we did. Customer supplied both these brake boosters. They're both ordered on Amazon. 2 different customers, 2 Ford Edges. God, I thought one was an Escape. He told me it was an Escape. I didn't know it was a Ford Edge until I got here. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm an Edge." Both in the same day. Wasn't too bad. I did pull the plenum off. They both had the same 3.5. Is it a 3.5 engine in it? Non-EcoBoost. The one that has the water pump that runs off the timing chain, that when the seal or bearing goes bad, it leaks the antifreeze into the engine. One of those engines. I haven't done a timing chain or water pump job on one of those for a while. When I first started out, I did like 3 or 4 of them. That's how I made so much money to save up so I could get this building. I did a lot of time machine jobs when I was in my garage. Lawnmower Man says, I'm catching lots of stupid ads. I can't afford to upgrade to ad free. Yeah, I got the ads on minimum. I'm sorry. I asked Michelle, should we keep the ads off or turn them on minimum? And she said to turn them on minimum. So you got to blame Michelle on that. What else? What else? What else? Here's that home light saw that I got at the landfill when I was working at the landfill. They wanted me to keep working at the landfill running the excavator with the magnet on it, but it was dirty. I mean, just the wind blowing through the landfill and stinky. I would come home and I'd be just covered in dust and I couldn't breathe. I didn't like it. But anyways, when I was there, one guy brought a load in out of his pickup. And he held that chainsaw up in the air and then he just set it down on the ground like he wanted me to see it. Like, hey, you want this? Come over here and get it. So I walked that excavator right over to that chainsaw. We're not supposed to get out of the excavator when we're in the landfill, but I got out and got that chainsaw because I didn't care. They could fire me on the spot. Well, thanks, Lawnmower Man. Appreciate it. So I brought this chainsaw home, and Dad was still alive at the time, and we took it all apart, resealed everything, and got it all working. So I got to bring that up here. We never painted anything on it. That's the condition it was in. I'm not sure how old it was, but Dad helped me restore it, get it running again. So I'm going to bring it back to the shop here because it's at home, get it running again, and I'm just going to hang it on the wall or something. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. So I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Gonna have a bigger day tomorrow. I got to get up early. I got to get started on. I'll have to get out here around 7. Get out here and get this truck diagnosed. Get the parts ordered. Hopefully, have enough time to pull that blower motor out of this Focus, so I can see what's wrong with it. Order those parts, and at 8 o'clock, I got to get on the fluid exchanges on this car. So I got to have parts ordered by 9. Unless they're coming from the dealer, they got to be ordered at 8. But I shouldn't need any parts from the dealer for that. Fusion or a Ford Escape outside, a newer one. It's probably like 2017 or something. Get all the parts and fluids ordered for that car so I can do all the flushes and fluid exchanges and a new belt, and make sure on the estimate that we didn't have something else on there, so I get it all done. Do that car first. Then I got to do this Focus blower motor. And then after those two are done, then I can work on the Chevy. Timmy, you made it. We're almost ready to call it a night. How is the temperature down there? Is it cooling down in Louisiana? $72 to $82-ish. I really need a MAF canister and map. I don't know if you got any pick and pulls or any junkyards around there, but that'd be a good spot to get some old parts like that. I know I don't have any map sensors or MAF sensors left. Oh yeah, I do have some map sensors for those older ones. But canister, no. I would probably go to Amazon for the canister. I need serious. A lot more man says I need serious money. Timmy says it's 69 right now. Oh, that's not too bad, Timmy. Good. I'm glad it's not too hot right now. It is 74 degrees in my shop. That's where I got it. But it's no humidity. I got the AC on. That's what I just have it on to take the humidity out, and it feels really comfortable in here. Michelle actually had her sweatshirt on today. But I think I'm gonna get ready to sign off, call it a night. Yeah, we all need some money. I didn't get in on the Powerball. That's what was it? A few days ago, it was up high again. I'm like, I should go buy just one ticket, but I didn't even, because I knew the odds of winning are too low. 1960s to 70s era. Alicia says it's 62 there, so that's cooling off real nice. Yeah, last night we didn't have the fan on. It was getting down to that low 60s last night. Timmy says it was 101 earlier today. Yeah, that's pretty hot. It was 120 in Texas, where the Lawnmower Man is. Let me go look. I think JD said it was around 80 degrees in Canada today. Yeah, just above 80 degrees in Canada, Nova Scotia. Yeah, 55 to 60s nights here. And then Lawnmower Man says most Texas is under a huge heat warning advisory. I've seen that on the news, Lawnmower Man. Soon will be fall, my favorite time of the year. Yeah, I can feel it coming there, JD. Like, I'm just wondering if October is going to be starting to get too cold for me to think to go on vacation. I hope I don't have to leave early. Just got to get through one more month here. Well, a little over a month. I'm outside loading up some racing tires. Are you getting ready to go racing, Timmy? He's a race car driver in Louisiana. Timmy is. Oh, Michelle's coming in. She didn't say nothing to me. But I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to try to relax just for about a half an hour. I'll probably pass out and go to sleep. Yeah, I catch a little bit of Star Trek. I watch it. It's on H&I. I usually get like the Enterprise one starts at 11. I usually get about to 11:15 or 11:30, and I'm crashed out on the couch. No Jimmy Fallon for me. I don't like the guy. So Timmy says he's racing Saturday night. I want to tell you good luck, Timmy, and hopefully you get higher than fourth. You got 2 fourths in a row. Oh, Lawnmower Man, the chainsaw is vintage. Yeah, I'm not sure what year it is. Everybody's kind of got around the 60s era. But I could research it out. But I will when I get it up here in the shop. If it don't rain. Yeah, well, good luck. Good luck, buddy.
Good night.
Kick some butt.
Thanks for coming, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. You can catch me later. No, you can catch me next time. That's my saying. So yeah, I'm going to sign off. Thank everybody for coming. Had a nice little chat. Enjoyed talking to everybody. Hopefully the lawnmower man that gets, if it cools down, he can get a little more progress on his Buick LeSabre so we can help him figure it out the rest of the way. Oh, don't worry about it. Got a roller cam in the motor. Yeah, good night. Have a good night, leisure. Good rest of the week. Don't let the horse flies bite. I don't know if we got any horse flies, but we got flies. Cash me outside. How about that? LOL. All right, guys. Signing off. Thanks for coming. Have a great rest of your week, and it was fun. So, signing off.